Okay, guys, welcome to today's training. I am so excited for this specific one because we get to hear from a group of very special ladies. So we have chosen a few people who have really gone above and beyond the last few weeks or the last few months. People who have really stepped out of their comfort zone, have been enrolling massive amounts of loyal customers and distributors, and are going for those go bonuses. And so, with those bonuses on the line, I just want all of us to be getting as many tips from people that are really in the trenches and running for those bonuses. And so whatever they're doing, I want to know, because it gives me a reason to reflect and think, am I doing enough? What are they doing? I see them enrolling or completing a couple steps of success each month. And so I want to know what it is that they're doing. So, when I was hearing so many stories, I was like, gosh, I really need to step up my game. So I'm just really excited to hear from a few of these ladies today. Now, before I get started, I just wanted to mention on here, I know you guys probably all saw on the team page today, because I posted it an annoying amount of times because I kept posting the wrong access code. But anyway, so I created an opportunity call for you guys to use. It's only 12 minutes long, and I just find this system really could be beneficial for everybody to plug into. So when we're not doing an opportunity call that day, so let's say you have a potential distributor today and we don't have an opportunity call scheduled until next week, this is the perfect tool for you guys to use. So what you guys can do with this opportunity call is when someone reaches out to you or they say, I'm interested in the business, I want more information. What you guys can do is get on a 3-way call with them. And I'm going to go over on our team page after this and walk you guys through how to do that. I'll do like a video so you guys can see exactly how to plug people into a 3-way call. But what you're going to do is you are just going to dial their phone number, then you're going to dial the conference call. And then they're going to just listen to the call with you for 12 minutes. That's all it is. And then after, all you guys have to do when the call ends, you just have to say, okay, so what are some of the questions that you have? And really the call goes over all of the basic rundown of our business, even about corporate, how our company got started, what network marketing is, a little bit about my story. I mean, it really covers everything, including our steps, why right now is so important to get started with our bonuses. So it's just all that good information. And then, if you guys are new and you don't know some of the questions that they ask, don't be afraid of that. I still all the time have to say, I'm not sure, but let me get back to you with that answer. So don't be nervous. But really, if you guys can get them on a call, I have never one time gotten a potential on a call, like personally with me, and they didn't sign up. So calls always scared me. But you guys, it's like the surest way to close the deal. If they can hear your passion, I'm going to talk on there too. So it's like they're getting some information from another leader. It's just a really great tool for you guys to be able to use. So if you have a pen, you can write this number down because it's just a recording. It's just like a phone call. It's not over Zoom. So the recording number is 605-475 3257. So that's the number you guys are going to call to access this call. After this, you guys can just get on and listen if you want to hear what's on the call. And then the access code is 138375 pound. So I wrote the wrong access code down and posted it everywhere. And I'm like, oh, great. Now everybody's going to be calling and be like, it's the wrong code. So I just wanted to clear that up on the call before I get started. Okay, now let's get to this. I'm just going to find someone. We are going to just start by asking a few of these ladies some of their tips and a little bit about themselves. So let me see who I find first. And it's not you, Caitlin, this time. I always end up picking you first. Okay. Let me find... okay. Let me unmute you first. Okay, Celine, we're going to go with you.
Hey! Can you guys hear me? Because I'm trying to...
Oh, yeah, we can hear you.
Cool. Okay, I'm super excited because I just signed a distributor as we're talking, so I'm sorry. I was trying to multitask here.
That's so awesome.
Okay, well, I'm so honored to be here and be able to talk to you guys. So a little bit about myself. I started about 11 months ago, and I was a medical assistant teacher. I was working as a medical assistant full-time, and I was teaching at night, and I was teaching on Saturdays. So I actually started with 3 jobs. And I'm going to be super honest with all of you. I had no clue that this company offered a business opportunity. I just love the wraps. I had used the wraps 2 years prior joining, and I never really had the extra 25 to even get more wraps. So it was a really tough situation when we came back from Texas. I lived over there for 2 years because my husband was in the Army. It was really, really tough. We came back to live in a super tiny studio for a year, and bills were up here. Anyway, so long story short, ever since I joined the business, I decided to quit my full-time job 2 months into this business. I was able to go Ruby in I think 42 days. So I got myself a $1,000 bonus, totally helped me with my bills. And I haven't really looked back since. I have quit all my jobs 4 months ago. I've been staying home full-time doing networks, and I am more than happy to be doing this. So it's been an experience. And then some tips that I want to share with you guys, right? Is that what I'm supposed to say right now? The tips?
Yes. Sorry, I was just muted, and then I didn't realize I was talking and nobody could hear me.
Okay, so I want to share some tips as far as enrolling customers, because I do have a lot of people that ask me, well, Celine, how do you get these loyal customers to finally say yes? There's a couple things that I am very careful with. One of them is the posting and messaging. You guys, when you message someone, you have to be super personal with them, which means that even though it's a complete stranger, you are going to call them by their names, first of all. Okay, so I always say, hey, Ashley, how are you today? How are you doing? When they're interested in a product, I am always, I know you guys see my videos and stuff, I'm always jumpy and excited. And that's how I am with my wording and my messages as well. And I try for people, I might not be perfect, but I try for people to see that side of me, because that's the side of me that has gotten all these girls to sign up with me and to really believe that, this company gets me this jumpy and this excited. So to be honest, the wording is crucial when it comes to messaging. I have to confess, I've done a little bit of cold messaging, but I promise you that if you are very careful with your wording on a message, even if you cold message, you will get that person either interested or you will get them signed up. I don't recommend cold messaging. That's just, my complete opinion. And, but then again, one of my runners right now I sent her a cold message about the video, the Diamond Opportunity Call. She saw it and she's like, sign me up. And now she's almost charted Emerald in less than 35 days. So you just never know who you're going to bump into or who really needs this opportunity. Enrolling, I always get them to watch the video. I just have to get them to watch Ashley Huze and Thomas Huze. That's my main focus. That's my main priority. Okay. A lot of these people don't have the time to watch an hour-long video. So what I did last month is I did an opportunity video myself. So which is I try to keep it less than 15 minutes long. It's about 12 to 13 minutes. Where I just go straight to the point into what the business is, the different ranks that we have, and then also, our loyal customer program, just everything. I kind of fit everything in there, and that's what I send my potentials. Once they tell me, Celine, you know what, this sounds interesting, tell me more, then I'm like, okay, you have got to watch my leader. You just have to hear her out. And after they watch Ashley, she's like, okay, sign me up. So always, try to make some videos yourself, because they want to know that, these are leaders that we all look up to. Ashley Huze, Thomas Huze, all these amazing leaders, but they also want to know that you're doing this as well. So I took the liberty of creating my own video. It's worked wonders. I send it to my girls, to my team, to my teammates, and that's what they send to their potentials, and then we go from there. I just want to share with you guys that it's this last month that we did the push page for January. It was just a roller coaster, and it has been the most amazing month since I've been in the business, and I'm gonna be a year next month. I was already chartered diamond, but from a team that was not doing anything at all. So at one point we had a training with Ashley where she said, Celine, or she told all of us that sometimes it's just time to let go and start all over. And I told Brittany Hill, my little angel, I told her, Brittany, I'm going to do this. I'm going to start from zero. And then they came up with this push page, and I started with zero distributors last month. And I am so close to charting diamond. And these girls are girls that I've been praying for a really long time. These are girls that are working from 7 in the morning till like 12 o'clock at midnight, messaging people. So always keep your team motivated. Keep them together. Do trainings with them weekly. And those are the things that have really worked for me. I am super, super blessed. I can't even believe that I'm talking to all of you right now. It's been an amazing journey. And I think those are the main things that I wanted to share with you guys that have really, really worked for me. Just keep yourself motivated daily. Tony Robbins is like the best one. That's who I listen to every morning. And I changed a lot of things in the past month, and I just feel like finally things are clicking in, and God is there. He's amazing. So keep going.
Yes. Thank you so much, Celine, for talking to us today. You seriously just gave me chills, like knowing what you accomplished right when you got started and then starting over. Because a lot of people do that. A lot of people, they get discouraged because they're like, who's even working on my team? Like, where do I go from here? And I always do say that if someone isn't working, just remove them off your chart, because it's so much easier to get someone new who's excited and ready to run than to wake people from the dead, to just, I'm trying to get you motivated and they just aren't excited. And now I do want to share with you guys, that is some of the tips she gave you guys. Actually, all the tips were amazing. But for you guys to start making your own videos, really, because when I was a Ruby or an executive and a Ruby, I started doing my own videos because I knew, I would create like a 3 to 5 minute video, and that's what I would send to people. But then I use other leaders as a tool. Like if they wanted more information, then I was like, well, I can send you this leader's video. And so we are here for tools. You guys can use us anytime, like you can access us anytime, but people are joining with you. And so they want to hear why you're passionate about it. They want to hear your story and why you are excited, because you are essentially their mentor, and they want to just know that you're in it for life too. And now with what you said about your girl who's almost emerald and she was a cold message, one thing I have to say is if you don't ask, the answer is always no. And so, take your chances. If you have a feeling about someone, reach out to them and ask them about the opportunity if they're interested, because it's not our job to decide who needs it or who doesn't. And you guys will be really surprised. Sometimes it'll be someone who you think is very successful already, who maybe joins for another reason. Maybe they just want to get out of the house, or they want more friends. People join for all sorts of reasons. And so you have no idea. You also don't know financially what people are really going through, because nobody likes to just flaunt that they are struggling. None of my friends knew that we were struggling as bad as we were when I joined the business. It wasn't until after, they were like, oh my gosh, I had no idea. People just don't share that information. And so ask anybody, ask everybody. Don't leave people out thinking they're just not going to be interested. Don't assume that, because if you don't ask, the answer is always no. And I think the worst feeling, because it's happened to me several times, actually just recently, I'm like, you would think I'd learned my lesson, and I guess I haven't. So I've been following this girl for months, like months, and actually probably a year or longer. And she was someone that I randomly started following on Instagram, but we always connected. Like we were always commenting back and forth on pictures. She is like so dang cute. And she was on my chicken list because I'm like, I don't know, like, what if she thinks I'm weird? And like, we stopped being friends on Instagram. Like, so stupid. Well, guess what? She joined with someone else. And so I remember it was like 2 weeks ago, I saw her announce she was a distributor, and I was like, are you kidding me? Oh, I was so mad. I was so mad at myself. So you guys, if you have people on your chicken list or you have anyone that comes to mind, there's a reason for it. So just reach out to them and ask or offer the opportunity. Let them know, hey, I can send you more information. Our job is to just educate people on what this is. It's not to sell them on the opportunity. It's really just to share with them that we have a way for them to earn income. And if they're interested, then great. Okay, let's see. Moving on. Okay, hold on. Why am I having a... Okay, Kristen. There you are.
Hey.
Okay, I'm trying to find your face now. Oh, there you are. Okay. Hey, girl. Okay, I'm so excited to hear from you.
Okay, if it gets kind of loud and noisy, let me know and I'll try to go somewhere else. My teenagers are all being crazy inside. So, well, I'm Kristen, and I am Asia Cummings' sister. Oh, okay, bring on the tears. Here they come. I got started with Asia back in 2015, and you guys, I've been struggling literally my whole life. I was a teen mom. My husband and I did end up getting married, and we had 3 children by the age of 21. And it was just a constant battle financially. Always on food stamps and Medicaid and having to borrow money from our family. So I've also tried 6 other companies, network marketing companies, besides It Works. Sorry, my hand's shaking because I'm like getting all emotional. But I just saw a difference in my sister when she started. So my mom and I joined really quickly after. But I was also struggling with alcoholism, and I was very, very deep into my sickness and my disease. Actually, when Ashley and Thomas came over to my mom's house to do Asia's launch party, I couldn't even make it through the entire party, you guys, without drinking in between. 3 months into this business, I got sober, and I have been sober now for almost 15 months. And I can tell you that It Works literally saved my life, you guys. The friendships that I've built here, the people that have been surrounded, that God has dropped into my life through this business is what's kept me going. But what has prevented me for a long time from doing anything was my fear. I spent last year doing a lot of personal development and a lot of counseling and a lot of working on me, but my fear has always held me back. And so I made it to Ruby last year about this time, and I sat at Ruby. And then I let every single excuse in the world come in between. I started facing some really terrible back issues in the end of July and August. Found out in October that I needed to do, or that I was going to have back surgery. And you guys, in December, I was like defeated. I just felt defeated. Here I was experiencing the most horrible, horrific pain I had ever felt in my life. And I just felt like I couldn't rebuild. I was going to, I'd gone all the way back down to a distributor, and I was going to have to re-rank and then promote. And could I do this? Well, something happened January 7th of 2017 inside my heart, and I have no idea what that was, but it was literally like the next day that the push was announced. And I really felt God tell me, you know what, do this right now, do it. And I can't even tell you, everything in my life, in my mind, in my heart has changed since this push. So I would say the biggest challenge I would say for you guys is to do the pushes, do the challenges. I have been like a sponge soaking up everything Thomas and Ashley have said, everything that Caitlin and Asia and Kelsey and Brittany and Delise and Andrea, everything that the leaders are out there sharing with us, do them. Conquer the fear. Just say no to the fear, you guys. Make this the year of yes. So, you know, they say host a post, host a post. You guys, I got 15 potential customers for HSN from one post. I've actually signed 3 of them in the last 3 days. And building true connections. I wasn't planting any seeds before, so I knew the first push was going to be all about me building connections and getting to know people, really get to know them. And I promise you that's what makes the difference, is if you actually show an interest and a care for people. Okay, hold on, I'm looking at some of my notes. In those connections, you guys, be real, be genuine, go live. You guys, it has terrified me to go live, but now I can push the live button any second of the day and be totally fine, whether I have makeup on or not. Share your real life. You know, last night I did one with us actually at a video store, because they actually have one here in Oklahoma, just showing kind of what I do in my daily life, and that, you know, on a Friday night, I'm getting to hang out with my husband and kids at a video store, and I'm not working somewhere till midnight or 2 in the morning. Attach yourself to a leader you connect with. So right now, like, I feel a huge connection with Celine. I feel like I have a huge connection with Ashley and Thomas. Whenever I hear them speak, you guys, it seriously makes me cry every time. And I just attach myself, and whatever they're doing, I want to do. But I want to make it more that fits me, not what, you know, not what is fitting for them. But following up. You guys, I never followed up. I would talk to somebody, and then I would just kind of like, oh, or just go by the wayside. And this month I have been, we lost somebody that was very close to us. I've actually lost 2 people in the midst of this push, 2 weeks apart. But I just have refused to let anything come in between, because I know that God has me in this business for a reason, to change people's lives. It's not about the money. It's not about the promotions. It's not about the dollar amount. It is about the lives that need to change. And that is what I truly feel in my spirit and in my heart now. So what are your giants? Are your giants that are in your way right now? Is that the fear of rejection? Is that the fear of getting told no from like someone on your chicken list? Is it like you don't want to message people because you don't want to bombard them, or you don't want to, you know, annoy them? Well, I promise. Now, if you don't pray, then release it to the universe. But I'm telling you, if you pray and release all of your giants and release your business, either to God or the universe, every single day, I promise you every single one of those giants are going to fall, because every single one of mine is falling right now before my eyes. When I have my husband and my children write me the most amazing birthday letters the other day, telling me how much they've seen me change and how proud they are and how hard I'm working, and they're so excited to see this change that, you know, they're scared for anyone who tries to get in my way. You guys, everyone is watching you. Everyone is watching you. And as soon as you start conquering those fears and you share those fears, I promise you, your life and your business will change.
Thank you so much, Kristen.
You're welcome.
Did you have anything else? Sorry, I didn't know if I just interrupted you.
No, I don't think so.
Okay. You are just an amazing, amazing person. You really, like, completely different person, you guys. I'm just so proud of you and everything that you've done. And again, both of you have given me like severe goosebumps and chills. And you know, it's funny, this year I also said, this is the year I'm going to start saying yes. You guys, I never did like Zoom trainings. I never did just the stuff that I'm doing this year. I never did this before. And the first time, it's always it's nerve-wracking. And, you know, like, I'm still an introvert. I think I'm getting over it. But if you guys can just really get over those fears, the only way to get over them is to just do it. You know, if you're afraid of online parties, host a bunch of online parties. If you're afraid of parties, host a bunch of parties. And I know that's something that Kristen's been doing a lot of. She's been doing a lot of online parties. She's been doing parties. She's been signing customers, facing fears, and just becoming this leader that she, you know, stepping out and just out of her comfort zone. And I'm just so proud of you. And you know what? Going live, you guys, you really need to do that. Start doing that today. doesn't matter what you're even going to talk about. Just go live, because each time you do, it's less nerve-wracking every single time. The first time I went live, it took me like 20 minutes to hit the live button. And then now I'm just like, whatever, I'll just hit it and just start talking. So really, I'm so grateful both of you guys have shared your tips and your stories with us. I know it's not easy. It's not easy to get out and share struggles and to share parts of your life. But thank you guys so much. And I know your tips are going to really help so many people on our team, including me. Thank you. Okay. Let's see. Katie. Did I unmute the right? There's a couple Katies right here. And it just says Katie's iPad. Is that you?
That would be me.
Okay, good.
Hi.
Hi. See, I know her last name's on iPad, so we'll guess.
I know I need to change that to love. Kirsten, you made me cry again like you always do, so thank you for being an inspiration. I love talking to you. Hi guys, my name's Katie Love. I joined It Works back in October. So a little bit about me. I work full-time, so I run a Target store, so I'm a store team leader for Target. I have worked for Target for almost 10 years, and I joined It Works back in October because I fell in love with the product. And I joined because I thought I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. I joined in October. I'm going to try not to get emotional. So I started in October, and I didn't do anything with the business. So I got a new boss at work, and so I was under a lot of pressure. There was a lot of things going on. And in December, the weekend before Christmas, I had a miscarriage. So I lost a baby. And I thought I was growing closer to God. And in January, I went on vacation, and Caitlin posted something, and I reached out to her, and I was just kind of in an emotional rut and kind of distant from God, and I really felt like I needed to surround myself with some incredible women to lift me up, even though they had no idea what was going on in my life. And so January 12th, I went on to our team's page, got in contact with Caitlin, and then got added to Team Huze page, and I really pushed myself. And so I've actually been doing this business. I love you too, Caitlin. I've been doing this business since January 12th and really hitting myself running. And I've been inspired. And so I thought I wanted to be a stay-at-home mom. And after doing this for the past 6 weeks, I don't. I love working for Target, and they give me everything that I need. But there's another need that I'm feeling through people with my team. And so I am doing this because my team's never been able to afford a car or a house or been able to pay for school. I have one that wants to stay at home, and she can't do it unless she does this. And so my why is for my team, because I want them to get their dreams fulfilled. And so that's why I have pushed myself out of my comfort zone the past 6 weeks, and why I've pushed myself to join and do things that I never thought I would have ever done. Some of the things that I'm doing personally that have really helped me is the first thing that I've done with all of my team is I've done a training. So all of my team, they're either my friends or family, and they actually live very close to me. We actually all sat down in my living room and we did a training. So I'm crazy. I made them binders. And I'm super OCD, so I made them all binders, so we're all organized, ready to go. So I have binders for my team with the charts, with an Excel spreadsheet for loyal customers, distributors. I have steps to success for every single month through next January already filed away for them. And then I also printed out the guidebook and the compensation plan for them. So they have everything in their binder that they could possibly need if they have any questions or concerns. We have a team group message that's going back and forth. So that's the first thing that I did was I did training with them. So I need to look at my notes. So I did training with them in my living room for like hours. went through compensation, went through terminology, went through charts. We set goals as a team. We talked through the website and what each of the things on the website means so that they wouldn't be confused. I taught them how to enroll a loyal customer, how to enroll a distributor. That's the first thing I did. And then I really talked about in the training how we're a team, so no one is for itself. So the second step that we've done is we've created a group message. So we've been communicating back and forth on what each of us needs to make our goals. And we've been sharing our people. So if one of my distributors has already gotten their 4 loyal customers, then they're sharing each other to make them establish their goals. And so I'm really creating a team culture because I really feel like that needs to happen. And we're not out to get out for each other. We're not out to get each other. We're out for each other. And we've got to have each other's backs, and we've got to uplift each other. And so so we've set goals. We are talking about our goals almost daily as a team through our chat. Every week I send out their goals. And then at the end of the week, I'm following up with them. So today I sent out a message saying, hey, this is what you guys need. Looking forward to seeing your posts today, really excited. Here's some things that here's what I need you to do today. So I'm really pushing them a little bit out of their comfort zone while I'm pushing myself out of mine. And then I'm following up. So I'm just following up with them one-on-one. How are you doing? Do you have any questions for me? Do you need anything from me? Even though I work 50 to 60 hours a week, I'm always available for them. So if I'm out on the floor, they know that they probably won't get a response to me for a couple hours, but as soon as I have a moment, whether I sit down for lunch or I'm off, I'll give them a call immediately, and they know that. But they also have each other's numbers to call each other and run things by them, along with the team page. So they're attached to the Team Wolf page. So thank you, Caitlin and Team Wolf, who've been amazing for my distributors as well. And then the third thing that I've been doing is I have stressed consistency, not only with them, but with me. Because consistency is the key to success. And so if I'm consistent, it's going to push them to be consistent. So I'm consistent with my follow-ups, with my potential LCs or my potential distributors. I'm trying to be as consistent with my posts, even though I have a crazy work schedule. I'm trying to be as consistent as I can with my posts. And then I'm just being consistent with my training. So every month we're going to hold a training at my house. And we're all getting together, kids, family, husbands, whoever wants to come to learn. They're just going to bring everyone, and we're just going to have a night of training full of fun. And that's what we're doing. And then we also put together a party kit. So I'm crazy. I have a party kit put together. So if anybody on my team wants to do a party, I will drop off the kit to their house. They can throw a party for themselves until they get all of their stuff that they need and they can kick off their business. I'm helping them they can utilize my stuff. So I have a party kit ready for them, and I'm helping them host parties. So that's what I'm doing for my team. And I'll share a quote with you guys that I've truly lived by, not just with It Works, but also outside of It Works is what I give my attention to grows. And so if I know that I am going to give my attention to my team, I know they're going to grow. I know if I give my attention to an LC, they're going to grow. I know if I give my attention to whoever, they're going to grow. And it's something that I've truly lived by, and I believe. And I feel like I'm growing because I'm giving my attention to others. And so really, you guys, I'm doing this for my team, and I'm also doing this because I know God has a plan for me. He wants me to change someone's life out there, and so that's why I'm here. So thank you for having me today.
Thank you so much for sharing all of that. And that is, I wrote that tip down, I wrote that quote down. That is one of my favorites, and I've never heard that. Thank you so much for sharing all these tips. I literally just been writing a bunch of notes down, so I'm just going to talk about some of those. But really, okay, some of those things I just love that. What I give my attention to grows. That is so true. You know what? If you're focusing on negativity, you probably will notice that you just acquire more negative things in your life. And so that's why personal development is huge. That's why, really, if you're focusing on your distributors, if you are really genuinely concerned about their well-being and you want them to succeed, they're going to grow and they're going to do amazing. And I think your why is a very, very unselfish why, to just know that you're doing this for other people. You're doing this so that you can help someone else reach their goal, whatever it may be, whether it's just a couple $100 to just, take the weight off their shoulders, or to retire them, or, allow them to stay home with their kids. We're in this business to bless other people. And I know it might sound silly saying that. I say it all the time, like, we're here to bless people, but really, where else would I have ever been able to do what I've been able to do here? No other job would allow me to help other people earn income. That, to me, is the best reward out of this, to see the lives change, because it's allowing people to not live in financial bondage all the time and to really step out of their comfort zone. And because it does require a lot of personal development, it's causing people to become their very, very best selves. Now, one thing I wanted to share too was, several times in my business I've done this, where I started a group message like she was talking about. And I wish that I did this every month. This is something I need to be way more consistent with, because it works like a charm. Because I really think that having that team culture makes a huge difference. And so what I was doing, sometimes I do it over text or over Facebook Messenger, but during the month, so like this is February, if anyone joined my business in February, I put them in a group message. And I've done it several times, and then there's some months that I like completely space it or forget about it. But anyway, I put them in a group message together because, one, they're all trying to accomplish the same goal. They're all going after getting their first 4 customers and, completing their steps for the very first time. And so I loved putting them in one group together because they all became like accountability partners. Anytime one of them would sign a customer, they would share what they did. And I think that that is so helpful and beneficial. And it allows us to encourage them, and also promote any of the success they're having, and congratulate them. And so, it just all around, getting your team in group messages and sharing tips and doing that really does create a team culture. And if you build friendships in this business, I promise your team will last. I think that when I look back at people that have quit in my business, it's always people that I never grew like a really good connection with. But the lifers, the people who are still in this business from day one, there's only a few people that are in this business since like my very beginning, but we built a really strong connection. And so that's really important, you guys. If you want to build a solid team, you really want to be connecting on another level with your distributors and really getting to know them and knowing their why, knowing what their goals are, because then you can hold them accountable. If they start slacking off, you can say, hey, I know this is your goal. Like, do you really want to give up on yourself or on your family or on this goal? Because I know that really this is why you're doing this business, and remind them of what their goals were. Okay. Oh, Heather. Okay, now let me find you. This is always so fun to try to find everybody. Okay. Hi, Heather.
So my screen's really blurry. The baby threw the phone over the balcony, so you can't see me very well. Cracked right across me. Okay, so I have been doing nails for 20 years. I got 3 kids, and in July of 2015, I got married and moved into the middle of nowhere in Wyoming. And I didn't know what I was going to do with myself. So I'd been watching a couple of people from my hometown, Brigham City. And I've been watching what they'd been doing with the business. And I just reached out to one of them and joined. And I didn't do anything with it, except for order product. So I had a whole bunch of product and hadn't done anything. And then I had a baby and went into severe postpartum depression. And I thought I was just going to give it a shot and try the greens and the confianza and see if it helped me out. And it did. So I kind of built my own testimonial of the product. And once I did that, I just started posting on Facebook, posting, and watching my upline, the top leaders, and I just kept posting everywhere. I didn't know what I was doing. I really didn't know anything about the company. I didn't know anything about the products really, except for the 2 that I had been taking. And I just had a ton of people want to join. And then another life trial came along, and I had a certain person in my life that was just trying to bring me down and so I kind of gave up again on the business. I let that get the best of me. And then just recently, I've decided that, you know what, I've got these 3 kids that are watching me, and I have to persevere through everything that's tried to bring me down. And I know. And to show them to be strong and stay positive. And now all of a sudden again, my business is taking off again. So I've spent the last year trying to build relationships with people. And those are the people that are reaching out to me now and that I'm reaching out to. And I've stayed consistent posting on Facebook. I've stayed consistent with the people that have ordered from me, checking up with them, following up. I have a little clutch that I keep in my in my car. I don't know if you can even see it because of my screen, but it's got wraps, samples of green, samples of wow, my Blitz cards, a little daily planner that I keep all my stuff in. I've got a wrap that's been used so I can show. I've got wraps to sell if I need to. Anyhow, we just take him for a second, honey, please. Okay. Please take him. Okay, so and then I also have this calendar. You really probably can't see. I don't know. And on Sundays, I sit down and I write what I'm going to post about, what I'm going to do for the week. And honestly, I've just been trying to be real. I look at everybody's posts, the top leaders, I look at their posts, and I try to take those and just be myself and be real. And I've supported friends and families in their businesses, and I've seen a lot of response from those people that I've been supporting. And I've just been incorporating the business into my daily life. I wear my It Work shirt out if I go out. I've blitzed, and it's been very uncomfortable for me because I don't really like to talk to people like that, but I've done it. I've just tried to do everything that I've watched the top leaders do, even if I'm uncomfortable, even if it's not something that I would normally do. I've just done it. And more than anything right now, I'm just believing in myself and believing in the company because I know the products work, and I've seen how life-changing it can be for so many people. And I am now starting over again, and I'm going to do this. So I don't know. I always make a list of people that have commented or liked, and I always send out thank you cards to the people that have ordered, and I'll send a little sample in the thank you note with it. What else do I? Oh, when I had a hard time ever knowing what to say if someone wanted something and then kind of backed out or whatever. So I just always do the message of, hey, I'm putting an order in. I just thought of you, wondered if you were still interested. And most of the time they order at that point. That's when I've gotten a lot of my customers. I try to stay on those Sunday night calls and just honestly, I've just followed the top leaders. I've just followed people and seen what works. I see what comments people make on different posts and see, you know, what people's reactions are to different things. I really just, done a lot of motivational videos on YouTube. I've watched those. I've read not very many books, but some, and I just try to keep a positive outlook on things, and that seems to be working really well.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Heather, for sharing. You know, and I do love that. Hold on. Let me come over here real fast. You know, how she shared taking the products really helped her to get a testimony of it. And by you guys doing that, it's going to become so natural for you to just want to share this with people, because if you're being affected by some of our products and they're really helping you, it's going to show, and you're going to want to talk about it with everybody. You know, another note that I wrote down was just really connecting with your why. You know, if you guys forget what that is, I talk about it all the time, like always reconnect with that, have it posted everywhere. If it's your family, just every time you look at them, remember that little person that's depending on you is your why. And that's why you're doing this. And it makes the no's or the no-shows or the fears seem not so big. And something else I love that you shared was on Sundays, how you just organize your whole week, because this is a business, you guys. If you were running a storefront business, you'd have to be organized. And I think a lot of us lack in that department, and we're like, I don't know, running around with we're like chickens with our heads cut off. And I've noticed this year, I have been very organized when it comes to my follow-up list, my new friends that I'm adding every single day, potentials. Like, it's by me keeping these lists, I didn't realize how fast I forget who my potentials are. If someone reaches out to me, like yesterday, someone messaged me and was like, hey, I'm interested in the business. I messaged her back, and then she didn't message me. And then already this morning, I completely forgot about her because I wasn't next to my notebook and I forgot to write her name down. And the only reason I remembered her was because she popped up in my newsfeed, and I was like, oh crap, I knew I would forget to write her name down. I already forgot about her, and she wrote me yesterday. So it really is so important for you guys to get organized. You know, plan out what your posts are going to be for the whole week. That's something I do on Sunday nights as well. I'll plan Monday, I'm going to talk about this product, like the product spotlights I'm going to do. I'll get pictures prepared. It makes it so much easier so that every day you're not like, okay, starting over, what should I do? What should I post? If you have a general idea, that's the best thing to do. And then as far as like following leaders, you guys, that is so smart to do. That's all I did, is I just followed leaders, because I'm like, if they're successful, these types of posts must reach out. I mean, they must like connect with people, or they're drawing attention to people. So I'm going to start posting like this. I noticed the type of picture quality people were using. I noticed the verbiage people were using. And so find some leaders that you connect with. I go through, and anytime a picture or a post sticks out to me, and I'm like, if I saw this, I would join, or if I saw this, I would be interested in this product, I save the post. So if you guys don't know how to do that, there's like a little down arrow at the top right of each post. If you click on the down arrow, it says save post, and then it'll go into your saved file, and then they're just there. So, you know, when you're looking to make posts for the week, you have a whole list of sample posts you guys could use. You know, like I like the verbiage here, or I want to take a selfie like she took with her holding the greens, or whatever it is. Any idea, that's where I just hit save, and you can do it on Instagram too. There's like a little banner. It's if you're looking at an Instagram picture, it's like the bottom right corner, and it looks like a little banner. Click on that, and that will save as well. So you can do it on Instagram or on Facebook. Okay, let's see. Oh, you know what? There was one other thing I wanted to share when Katie was talking to. You know, when she's listing all these things that she's doing with her team, it just reminded me when the month that I was like, I want to go diamond, what would a diamond do? How would a leader run? because up until that point, I was not doing anything with my team. I wasn't doing parties. I wasn't being any type of leader. But the month that I was like, I need to be a diamond, so I got to do what the diamonds do. I got to be a leader. If I want to be a leader, the only way to do it is by being one. That's how it happens. You being the leader makes you the leader. It's not just like magically all of a sudden you're a diamond and then you can be a leader. So I love that she was sharing all of those things that she's doing with her team, because I was just like, holy cow, like I feel like I have so much stepping up to do when I'm listening to all these. Okay, now, let's see. Okay. Let me find. Okay. Is it Kyla?
Kylia.
Kylia. Okay. I was like, I'm going to butcher this. And then dang it, I did.
Andrea, my upline, she never said my name right either. But, so I've been in this business for, I think, 17 months now. And I've been consistent in everything with my posting, but I've never really put any feelings behind it. So I think that's really helped me. But so I joined this business to be a stay-at-home mom. Andrea my upline, first reached out to me about, I think it was December of 2014. And it interested me, but I never really did anything with it. And then I got pregnant, and then I started using our stretch mark cream. And so I became a loyal customer, and I fell in love with it because it was amazing. And then these are scary, sorry. So I had my baby girl in August of 2015, and that kind of just is what made me decide to actually join it, finally pushed me to join, because I did not want to go back to work. And so I joined September of 2015, and I started posting consistently, every day consistently, and I started messaging people right away. But the cold messaging never really helped at all. So now, after being in the business a year and a half almost, my tips, I wrote some of them down. So making everything personal. So my post, I used to just copy and paste posts from other leaders, high up leaders, and that never really worked because I think people could tell they weren't really from me. So actually writing out my posts and making them personal has made my business boom fast. And live videos on Facebook have made my business go fast and make people come to me instead of me go to them. And actually being myself and because live videos terrify me on Facebook, and I think people can tell that, but they can tell that I'm real and I'm not just some copy and paste post. So live videos help so much, and putting confidence in this business, and that I'm going diamond, and I keep talking about going diamond and what it's going to do for me and my family. That has made a lot of people reach out to me because they can tell that this business is helping me, and putting passion and excitement behind my posts help a lot. And I wrote some of these down. And then how simple. So I just barely started doing this in February this month, and actually telling people how simple this business is, because people think this business is so hard and complicated and no one can do it. And so I think Ashley did a post or a video on it that I seen, and that's what helped me. And that's what actually helped me start thinking I can actually do this business, because I never thought I could either. But how simple it is to go diamond is only these three people. Like, just breaking it down has helped a lot for me and my business. And is that all? I don't know. What else did I need to share?
No, that was great. Thank you so much, girl.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, and now, so, I loved how you were talking about keeping it simple, because what you guys should always remember, keep this at the forefront of your mind always, when you're talking to potential distributors or customers, if you can't explain it to an 8-year-old, you're overcomplicating it. This needs to be, our business is simple. Breaking it down is simple. To look at it as, when we look at a diamond chart, yes, it can definitely look overwhelming. But if you looked at just the red boxes, you would see there's only 3 of them. And so that means 3 rubies. So essentially, if you're really breaking it down, you need to find 3 people who will fill out the steps to success, who are ready to run. And that's how you go diamond. And I love how you talked about, this month you're really focusing on sharing how or what this business is going to allow you to do. So going diamond, being a visionary, you guys, that's what we have to be. When I first got started, I started with no customers. I still remember the day when I had my very first customer and my very first distributor, and I was like, oh my goodness, it says I have 2 people in my downline. Oh my gosh. And I can also remember, for some reason, the number 24. When I had 24 total people, it used to look different. Our system just showed like a total in your back office. And so I remember running my little laptop up to my mom upstairs, and I was like, Mom, there are 24 people in my downline. Like, what? How did this happen? And I was just so thrilled. But I just want to say that because I was where every one of you were at one point. I was starting with 1 customer, with 1 distributor. But the way to get people to join you in business is if you are being a visionary. You are telling people where you're going. This business is going to allow me to do this. And it makes people attracted to, like, I want to do this. I want to do this with you. People love to be a part of something. And if you can show them that you're doing it no matter what, no ands, ifs, or buts, then you're going to go super far. And the other thing I wrote down here too was, if the key to finding people who are going to be successful in this business, honestly, I feel like as long as they're coachable and they're willing to do things, they're willing to step out of their comfort zone. That's something Andrea, she was like, if she's scared of something, she does it anyway. And so that's really what has really set her apart. She's like, I don't want to go live, but I'm going to do it anyway. And that's what will set you guys apart. If you really want this diamond bonus, you just have to do things that you were not willing to do before. Okay, now we're on to our last one. Let me find you, Angie. Okay. There you are. Hi,
Angie. Hi. I'm nervous. I didn't want to be last. I was hoping I'd be first. Get it over. I'm a horrible public speaker. I say a lot. Okay, so someone was just the first person who went. I don't remember who the first person was. They said that their chart was falling apart. So okay, I'll start at the beginning. I started end of July. I signed with Carolyn. We went to high school together. So I signed end of July. And when I first started, you guys, I was not serious at all. It was kind of a joke. I threw my first party and none of my friends and family ordered. And so I was like, well, that sucks. So I guess I'm not going to do this anymore. But I kind of still plugged into the team page. And I saw how good Kelsey was doing and Carolyn, and I was like, well, you know what? There's nothing different about them. There's nothing that sets them apart from me. I'm the exact same as them. I can do exactly what they're doing. I guess I should give it a shot. And so 2 months in, I hit Ruby, and I got the $500 Ruby bonus. Thank goodness. It was awesome. And then over the holidays, November, December, I just stopped working. I didn't care. I kind of didn't really see how I was going to be successful. I just kind of didn't believe in it really. And my fiance also told me it was a scam. So I'm kind of going along with my personal information. I'm a stay-at-home mom. I work from home, and I did own an Etsy shop. I made mermaid tail blankets. I just closed that this month. Because of this business. So end of December, he said, if you're going to do this, I'll give you 90 days to be successful and do it. So end of December, I just started working and I busted my booty. And now I went from a Ruby chart falling apart to I'm boxed for diamond. So that's pretty exciting. But I guess the tips that I have are, oh gosh. Okay. So posting. 6 to 8 times a day. Like, it's so important. If you're not posting, somebody else is. I get so many people messaging me, probably 2 or 3 people a day, saying, can you tell me how you work from home? Can you tell me about the wraps? Can you tell me about the greens? They come to me because they see my post. So if you're not the one posting, somebody else out there is, and they're going to go to that person. So make sure that you're posting as much as you can. In terms of growing your network, being present in a group, and I hate saying be the rap girl in the group, but when somebody wants a rap, they were going to come to you, and not like, because I'm in an Arizona mommy group, and there's 4 or 5 other rap girls in the group. But of the 11 girls I've signed this month, I think like 5 or 6 of them have come from that group. I have to go back and count. But like, they came to me. They didn't come to the other girls in the group because I'm the one posting. I don't ever talk about it in the group. I build relationships with them, get to know their families, get to know them. Just building, I'm so sorry, I'm horrible at public speaking. Just getting to know them as a person and building relationships and friendships. That is like the most important thing. So if you are the rap girl in the group and they know that, so be present in the group. Don't be bouncing in and out of groups. Like, oh, you're in on Monday, but then you don't come back for 2 weeks. They're not going to remember you. So make sure that you're in almost every day. You don't have to post every day. It's nice if you do, but make sure that you're interacting and building relationships and building friendships. I think that is the main thing, is building friendships. If people don't trust you, they're not going to buy what you're selling. They're not going to join your team. So yeah, posting, adding groups, adding people, and the last thing is going live. Like, it's the worst thing in the world, you guys. But if you do it, I swear to goodness, I went live yesterday and I had 4 girls when I got off tell me they were going to sign. One of them did. So if you can just go live, it doesn't have to be long. Like, when I started going live, it was 8 minutes. Like, just get used to it. Get yourself comfortable. Have your kids there. If your kids are an icebreaker, have something to break the ice. Do the Fat Fighter thing demo if that's something to break the ice. Put a rap on and show people how you're rapping to break the ice. Just do something to go live and bring in a different audience to see your posts. So that's all I have, really.
Thank you so much, girl. Oh my gosh, I've been so excited about this call. Now, okay, I want to hold on. Let me just share some of the notes that I wrote down. But Angie has completed 3 steps to success this month. And so I'm sitting here thinking, what the crap? Like, I have so much more to do. I'm sitting here working on like my 1.1. Like, I barely completed my 1 step. And so I love when I hear all these different leaders in our team that are just like enrolling rock stars. And something that I love about Angie's story is it seems like it was just, she one day decided she was going to do this. You know, she decided, okay, no more. I'm going to be successful with this. That's a decision. You know, if you guys allow yourself to give up, that's what I always say. It's the surest way to fail is if you just quit. And for you, you know, something else I wanted to talk about with your posting. I see a lot of people posting and it's just going to their friends. So make sure when you're posting about it works. You don't have to do it with your kids if you don't want your kids post public. But if it ever has to do with product or the business opportunity, anything to do with that, make sure those posts are public. That's how I found this business. So I'm always like, you guys, if that girl's post wasn't public, I would have never found this. Or maybe I would have eventually, but I like to think that I would not have found it. And so it's very important. Make sure that when you're posting and that you're doing it very consistently. And I loved your tip about being really active in the pages, because I found there's like a few pages that I come in every once a week, and I'm like losing interest in it. But the ones I'm really consistent with, you really do build relationships with people because you realize the same people are commenting on your posts. Or when one of them makes a post, you want to go and interact with them. But you really do start to grow connections with these people in the group pages, just like you do in like our Team Hughes page or the other team group pages you guys are in. I know you guys recognize different distributors because you see them constantly posting or asking questions. that's how you grow connections in group pages. And so that's a very, very good tip. Also, going live again, you guys, that really, I don't care how scared you are. Look, every single one on here today said, going live scares me, but I do it anyway because I know it's going to bring me potentials and customers and distributors. So make sure you guys are doing that. Okay, let's see. I don't know if there was anything else I was going to add to that, but thank you guys so much for helping with this call today, for giving your tips, sharing your tips, because I love to hear from a whole bunch of different people. You know, I feel like every time all the leaders get on, we always are kind of, you know, maybe you're like, I'm sick of hearing from you, same people every single week. So I'm excited to start finding all these new up and coming leaders and having them share their tips and spotlight them for all their hard work that they've been doing. So thank you guys so much for helping and for all of you guys who tuned in today. And we will see you next time.